I'm doing
Okay, so in our supply and demand exercise we just did, you each were given 5 muffins, about this big, and there were 6 spots in the room that you could walk in, and you guys got to pick where you sat to sell your muffins. There was 1 location at the very front, there were 2 in the middle, 2 a little farther back, and 1 in the very back. So I would like for somebody to tell me where they sat and something they learned about supply and demand based on where they sat. Yes, John.
So I was one of the kids who sat in the back, and I had to do we had to sell the muffins.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sat in the back, it was really hard trying to get people to buy my product because you could get the same thing in the front without it walking or traveling.
Okay.
And that's when I had to lower my price.
So you were having trouble selling your product because you were located farther away from the people who were coming in, right? So we had people walk into the room and buy product or look at y'all's products to buy. So they started going to which table first?
The first one, or the front 2, and then.
Why do you think they did that?
Oh, why do they?
Why do you think they went to the first couple tables
Because they
first?
didn't have to walk anywhere, so when they walked into the room, they were already there.
Exactly. So
they
that
didn't
was the
travel anywhere.
That was the closest product to them. First thing they saw, and they didn't have to go all the way back there to buy the same thing. You guys were all selling muffins, and they were all how much?
25 cents.
25 cents. And you guys were given the opportunity after you sold your first 3 muffins to either make your price higher or make your price lower. Who made their price higher? Anybody? Yes.
Well, when I started running out, so I decided to raise mine by another 25 cents.
So you were selling the muffins for how much?
50 cents.
Okay. And where were you seated at?
I was seated in the very front of the room, and it was a really good location, but I noticed that I ran out of my muffins too quickly.
Okay, so you ran out of your muffins faster than a lot of other people in the room, right?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think because more people came to me and I was closer to them.
You were right at the front of the door, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So let's think about that on a larger scale. Let's think about if we had our six vendors who were supplying the product. What if that was in a nation? What if there were only 6 people selling those muffins across the whole nation? If I live in North Carolina and somebody who was sitting at the front of the room, that would represent them being closest to me. So let's say that vendor's from North Carolina and the people in the back were from California, all the way across the other side of the nation. Would I buy a muffin from California for a higher price to get it sent to me, or would I buy it from North Carolina and it would be a lot cheaper?
You'd probably want to buy it from North Carolina.
Exactly, because there's no point in paying more for a product that is the exact same, right?
Yes.
Okay, so somebody else tell me something they learned about this activity.
I learned that like what you just said, where we wouldn't want to pay more from being farther away.
Mm-hmm.
So probably people who are farther away could lower down the price.
So the people who are farther away could lower their price?
For you, if you were one of the only people
Okay.
selling.
And what's an example of that? I remember you were seated in the back of the room, right? And you did what with your prices?
I lower them.
You did lower them.
10, or 5 cents, so they're 15. And then when Kevin in the front raised his up by another 25,
Mhm.
more people looked at it and saw my 15 cents. And they were like, hey, I'll just go buy them. And I sold my muffins pretty fast after he raised his price.
Gotcha. So 50-cent muffins in the front of the room and 15 cents in the back of the room. Is it worth it? It starts to become more worth it, right? To go that extra mile or so. Do you think companies do that in the United States? Have to lower their prices?
If they're smart, they are.
Exactly. It's good business. Yes, sir.
I was about to say the same thing.
Okay. So lowering prices is good to get people in, but what will that do to the companies? What will that do to the money that they make? Will they make more money by lowering their prices or less money?
Probably more money.
Yes, Kevin.
It depends, because if more people buy it, then you can make more money. But if not that many people want to buy it, then you'll probably have less money.
Exactly. So you're getting more customers coming to you because your prices are lower. But if the customers don't come to you, you've got a very inexpensive product that you're selling, but you're not selling it to many people. So you're selling it for 15 cents, let's say, and you only sell 2. You've made 30 cents and you have 3 muffins left. Whereas somebody up here selling theirs for 50 cents might only sell 1 muffin or maybe 2, but they've already made 50 cents or $1.